Panel, Lauren Steiner is one of the most influential Bernie-crats in Southern California. She hosts an online progressive talk show called The Robust Opposition. Brian Goldsmith co-hosts Katie Couric's podcast. He formerly helped lead political coverage at Yahoo and CBS News. And Shirley Husar helped lead California's delegation for Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. She's CEO of UrbanGameChangers.com. A big thumbs up to you, like President Trump would do, right?
Yes,
there we go.
darling. Love my Trump.
Okay, but let's talk about California politics for a moment and the race for governor. Donald Trump this week endorsing John Cox. We've got poll results we want to put up there that show right now Gavin Newsom way ahead, but we see a big debate between John Cox and Antonio Villaraigosa potentially for second place. Brian, where do you see the state of the race right now?
Well, this is all a fight for second place. Whether John Cox is able to win through some shenanigans of Gavin Newsom's or Antonio Villaraigosa is going to advance to the runoff. If Antonio wins, it's a real campaign. If Cox wins, it's a coronation for Gavin.
And Shirley, I know you're a Republican who loves Donald Trump, but you don't love what he did this week.
No, I don't. I'm not happy with the choice that the president made. Look, California is in a state of crisis. We need to have a candidate for the Republican Party that can connect with the people. The people's choice is Travis Allen. Unfortunately, he went with John Cox, so we'll see. People thought Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders was going to rise to the occasion. The people's voice still have not spoken. The president is one thing, but living here and being among the people, that's another thing.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton was the choice of a lot of
Absolutely.
the elites.
And guess
Bernie
what
Sanders was
happened?
the choice of a lot of the
And
people.
now we have President Trump.
And let's turn to you, Lauren, on that
course.
point. Who is the choice of the progressives?
Well, I think most of the Bernie-crats that are active politically are supporting Elaine Easton. She's the most progressive candidate. She supports a ban on fracking. She supports the repeal of Costa-Hawkins and the Ellis Act, which affect rent control. She supports tuition-free public college and universities. She supports single-payer health care. Of those things, only Gavin supports single-payer health care, and he had to be dragged kicking and screaming to that by the Nurses Association.
But yet she's so low in the polls.
She's low in the polls. It's disappointing because she's not getting traction in this era of MeToo. You would think all the people that supported Hillary would be supporting Elaine, but we see in New York, Hillary Clinton went out and supported Cuomo over Cynthia Nixon.
Right. And then there's this ad that Gavin Newsom is running that's getting a lot of attention. It's probably airing more than any other ad. Let's show it to you and talk about it on the other side.
Why is John Cox attacking Gavin Newsom for supporting common sense gun safety? John Cox stands with Donald Trump and the NRA. Cox called gun laws a waste of time, opposes background checks and a ban on assault weapons. And Gavin Newsom took on the gun lobby and won, and passed California's first comprehensive gun safety initiative.
So there are some that are saying that this is a cynical ploy, that it's actually an ad for Newsom that's disguised really an ad for Cox. Mike Murphy, the Republican strategist, put it this way: this is so cynical, Vladimir Putin would be proud of it. Brian, what's really going on here?
Well, that's what's really going on, and it's not without precedent. In 2002, Gray Davis invested in the Republican primary then to elevate the candidate that he would rather run against over Dick Reardon, who would have been a lot more competitive. Here, Gavin knows, as I said, that if Cox is the competitor in November, he's going to have a cakewalk to the governorship.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on
You know,
that?
it's interesting to me because here we have politics within politics, right? We have people in this country, people in California that do these kind of commercials and they're not relatable to the people. Are you trying to get votes? Are you going to talk about issues or are you going to attack each other on their personal issues? Personal issues is not what the constituents care about. The people of California want to know, what are you going to do about the homelessness? Right. We're tired of hepatitis A. We're tired of hypodermic needles that we're finding in the streets. Look at Gavin Newsom, San Francisco, where we have people who are squatting in the street. We have squat zones in California. This is preposterous. This is crazy. These are the things that we want to know about. Where's the mental health facility? People talk about education. Lenny just came on earlier, talked about health care, you know, talking about housing, education. What about mental facilities to deal with? There are issues in California of health and sanitation, and who knows in the future that we might have quarantine cities in the state.
You know, everyone says TV ads suck. Voters want a serious discussion of the issues. Unfortunately, TV ads work, and a candidate like
TV ads is ancient compared to what we have with social media. We have social media, we have bloggers, we have YouTubers, we have Facebook, we have people in this generation that has a different ideology on how they want to approach things. They don't want to milk down. They want to be translucent. They want to know real facts. They want to cut to the chase because their lives are being affected, and we do not see that in California. What we do is see is candidates like this that are distracting us from the real truth.
Brian?
If social media were sufficient, somebody like Elaine Easton.
Sufficient?
Excuse me.
If social media were enough, you would see the candidates with no money and a strong message winning. That is not what you see.
And you didn't
most
see
of
this in the
time.
last election, how social media was a major impact upon the election.
it's very important.
Donald Trump
I
also
just-
get more
California-
TV. He also got more TV
California,
attention than
you
anybody
need-
else.
you
He
need
got
to
several
run-
billion dollars of free TV time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
I
got
think it's a
$5
combination
billion
of both. I
worth
just
of
agree
free
with that.
TV
let's
time.
talk
It
for a moment.
wasn't Russia who
okay.
catapulted
All right, let's
Donald
get
another world.
back
Let's
on
keep
track.
going.
Another
Yeah.
big issue, Harvey Weinstein today. Big moment in the MeToo movement, turning himself in. What are your reactions to that?
Well, this man is a monster. More than 80 women have come forward with very credible stories and allegations. He's committed sexual assault, sexual harassment, probably rape, and he deserves to spend a long time in jail.
Well, I think this is the culmination of a movement that started years ago with Tarana Burke. It wasn't Rose McGowan that started the Me Too movement with Harvey Weinstein. And the best thing that I see coming out of it is the hearings in Sacramento that Laura Friedman and Holly Mitchell are hosting to uncover sexual harassment in our state government. And 3 legislators have already been taken down because of that.
Right, and it'll be interesting to see if some of those who are running again will win.
Well, you know,
after
everybody
all
in
of that.
Hollywood, everyone in Hollywood wants to have a voice. So.
We got to run, but we're going to be able to
just-
talk more about this in bonus issues. That's right after the show, and that is where we're going to talk online. It's streaming right now at Facebook.com, YouTube.com/Alex Michelson. We'll be back with a look at next week's guests and a look at what's happening at USC as well. Stay with us. More of The Issue Is after this. Next week on The Issue Is Antonio Villaraigosa, former LA mayor who wants to be your governor. He's with us. Also, John Chung, also vying for the job. He will be with us as we gear up for the June primary as well. Final question for our panel. USC. There are calls for the USC president to resign from the academic senate after this big scandal with a gynecologist who may have been acting inappropriately with a whole lot of women. Yes or no, should the president of USC resign?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will he resign?
I don't know. You know, they're fighters. The gynecologist still got paid afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, he still got his pension. That was
Brian?
questionable.
Only if he's forced to, and the board has to change direction in order for that to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, the billionaires on the board are still defending him.
And right now he has their support. We'll see if that changes. We've got a lot more to talk about on the bonus issues, including what's happening in the NFL. So join us online now. Thanks for watching.
Don't still know I'm running.